Welcome to PGA Tour Confidential, brought to you by FootJoy, the #1 shoe in golf. FootJoy invites you to step into the next big thing with the all-new HyperFlex golf shoes. Go to FootJoy.com for more. I'm Jeff Ritter, in for Jessica Marksberry, joined today from Sports Illustrated. It's Mark Godich, and live via Skype, also from SI, it's Gary Van Sickle. Guys, Brandt Snedeker's your winner at Pebble Beach. He became the 5th American in 6 events this year to win a tour event. Good for American golf, but obviously there's also some parity going on in American golf. Gary, what we'd like to know today is it important for golf to have a dominant American player? If Rory is 1A, how important is it that player 1B be an American?
Well, I think it's kind of important. Everybody likes to pretend that we're not parochial, but you watch any newscast in any big city, whether it's Boston or LA or New York, they're all parochial, and that's just human nature. I think it is important to have somebody up there. And I don't know who it's going to be. If you look at the guys we've got, Jordan Spieth, I don't know if he has the length to be a dominant type player. Ricky Fowler, he's got some more length, but he doesn't really hit greens, even with his Butch Harmon retooled swing. I think Jimmy Walker has the tools to be dominant, but he's already 35. So, he could have 6 pretty good years here, but I'm not sure he's the long-term answer either. The answer may be some guy we aren't familiar with, maybe a Brooks Koepka type, but I think it is important because you need somebody to root for who's on our team, that we can feel is on our team.
Okay, I'm not sure I need an American to be 1B. I want to see a good rivalry. That's I guess where I'm coming down on this. What do you think, Mark?
Yeah, without a doubt. Everybody, Tiger and Phil, look at how they carried the game. And there were people that loved to see Tiger win, and there were people that loved to see Tiger get knocked off. So, whether it's good or bad, we definitely need a challenger to Rory here because, everyone's going to get tired of Rory winning every week as well.
Yeah, if you had to pick, Bubba Watson's won 2 majors recently. He's if you're looking at majors, is the requirement to be this sort of 1B player, the next great rivalry to Rory. If not Bubba, or is it Bubba? Who is the most likely guy, if you had to pick today, to be this American?
Bubba just doesn't show up enough in these other tournaments.
Right.
He's great when he's on. He's just not on that often. If Bubba could play like he plays at Augusta all the time, the guy would have 25 wins by now, and he'd be the guy. There's some guy that we aren't that familiar with yet, whether it's Patrick Rogers or Patrick Cantlay. I think somebody maybe's in the webcam right now. I don't think we've seen that next guy yet who could fill those shoes.
Yeah, your point about Bubba Watson is valid. He seems so perfectly built for Augusta, but he hasn't really traveled well at the other majors. And if you're going to really have this great rivalry, you've got to have an American who's a threat somewhere outside of the gates of Augusta. I wonder about Jordan Spieth. You got to win your first one before you can even talk about joining Rory in that echelon, but for me, as I sit here today, he's the guy that I might look at.
I'm going to go young here. I think a rivalry is always good when you've got the same age, kind of in the same age group. So I'm going to throw out Patrick Reed. He's brash, he's cocky, he gets under people's skin. He's the kind of guy that if he's on your team, you want to root for him. You were loving him in the Ryder Cup. And I'm going to throw Spieth in there too because I think, so let's not forget, Jordan Spieth's all at 21 years old. It seems like he's kind of like Tiger-ish in that way. It seems like he should be about 30. So I'm going to go with one of those 2 guys. I think they could really be fun going toe-to-toe with Rory.
It could be fun, but they need to win that first major.
Well,
we need them to win one, and then we can start,
Well, who in their 20s has won a major on the U.S. side? That's our problem right there.
That's a quick discussion.
There's one other guy we didn't mention who's still got a lot of potential, and he kind of fills the bill. We haven't seen the best of Dustin Johnson yet. I go back to Jordan Spieth. To me, he's got Luke Donald written all over him. I know he's only 21, but he's not a long driver, and he's not even in the top half of the tour in greens hit and regulation. He's also kind of crooked off, short and crooked off the tee doesn't work. Dustin Johnson's the guy who could have it all if he's got his head on right. There could be the answer.
It's a great pick. I think if there's one thing this conversation shows is there's a lot of contenders, but the title is open. The crown is there. We'll see if somebody can grab it this year. We'll leave it there. This has been another edition of Tour Confidential presented by FootJoy, the #1 shoe in golf. Thanks for watching. We'll see you all next time.